Hey. That's
Hey, there we go.
alive.
We're
Define
alive.
alive.
We're super alive.
Okay.
All right, how's it
Twitch
going?
live.
I'm sorry I've been so busy. It's been a
Yeah, what
busy
happened
week.
last weekend, Dave?
I don't remember what. Shoot.
Were you a massive flake?
No,
Yes,
I
you
had to
were.
do something. I was definitely doing something
I
in a
know, but
place,
but you didn't tell anyone.
but I don't
So
remember
then
what the thing was.
you went on
Oh,
a train.
that thing. Yeah, the thing
Yeah.
where I went to visit my family and hung out with them. Oh my god, my windows are closed. Hold on, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm trying to sort out my PlayStation.
I gotta get my windows open. Hold on, let me see if I can do this without shaming myself too terribly. Hold on, I'll be right back.
I'm shaming yourself. Please tell me you got clothes on. I don't think you can hear me. Right, okay, let's see if we can get... I have not played Final Fantasy.
All right, there we go. Now everyone knows that what's behind Dave's chair is another chair.
Oh, that was the shame. I was like, dear Lord, I hope he's got clothes on.
Oh, no, I got a lot of clothes on. That's not a problem. I got so many. You have no idea. I have so many clothes on. More clothes than anyone.
You just have them like tattooed to yourself, right? Just
oh
in
yeah,
case.
it's just different. I'm gonna do our advertising now. Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep.
I haven't played Final Fantasy for so long, it has to get an update file.
Oh my god, are you serious?
I know, I've really been slacking recently. I don't know. You know when you get into like, is that strange buffer quests in between the main expansions that are just so dumb? And then you get bored, and then you just kind of, drift away because you're like, I could do this boring thing, or I could not.
I do know that feeling. Let me open up my windows.
I mean, to be fair, they have made it like I like because I played it before they tidied up the Realm Reborn quests. That was the worst. There was so much pointless crap.
Oh yeah, the middle of Realm Reborn is like embarrassingly bad. Oh, I think my phone just alerted me. Yeah, it alerted me that you just came online. Great.
Oh no, you can spy on me.
No, it's a PlayStation because we're PlayStation friends, and I'm signed into the PlayStation app, and it really wants me to be friendly with you or something. I don't know. It really wants me to be what's this?
Like
engaged.
Come online, play with me. Yeah, engaged.
It's good. I don't mind. I like seeing all people came online. They're playing PlayStation. They're doing things, and I can be like, oh, cool, and I could go to my PlayStation if I ever wanted to do that. I have such a.
He never comes online when I'm online.
That's true. I don't want her to see me. She'll like message me or something. Hi David, how are you doing?
Want to spend attention with me?
No, really, it's a little sad. I'm gonna be totally honest. The biggest barrier to me coming online is that I don't like my TV.
That's a really sad barrier.
My TV takes like 30 to 40 seconds to like turn on and realize the PS5. It's just annoying.
30 to 40 seconds. Is that what this world has come to?
Yeah, I have no time for this. Dave plays embarrassing games on PS5. No. I actually don't. I really don't.
I got my first jab last weekend, guys. So I am halfway.
You are
being
moving
jabbed
towards sanctity, towards safety.
I am the last 20% of the country, which sucks.
You're the top 20% of the country. That's what I'd say.
Top
20%.
I know. Obviously,
You're
the least
offline.
likely to die. Yeah, it's updating.
Oh, you got to update.
So, yeah.
Okay, you're updating.
Yeah, that's not a problem I can solve. But yeah, so I've got 7 more weeks until the second jab.
7 weeks? What?
Yeah.
That's not how it's supposed to work.
That's apparently that's how it's supposed to work now. They're saying that you get longer, longer immunity if the jabs are spaced out further apart.
Sure.
Apparently so. I mean, I don't know.
Sure.
I'm not a doctor, so I'm just gonna let them tell me what I should do personally.
I feel like they're scheduling things as they need to schedule them, and then they're like.
Well, actually, you can go. So some people, before this kind of update came out, you can go and get your jab after. Well, I think it's 3 weeks for Pfizer, right, and 4 weeks for AstraZeneca. So you can, if you've had your jab within 4 weeks, go and get it if you really wanted to. Yeah. So, but now they're saying that ideally, if you want to have good coverage going into winter, then you should wait.
Oh, which we do, which we very much do.
Yes. Exactly. So I'm like, do you know what? That makes sense. If that's going to give me any sort of edge gains going into winter, I will take those edge gains at this point in time.
At least we're in Summersville, where now we have like only only 400 cases a day. We're down to 347 cases a day average. Our deaths are back in the single digits. Like, what a relief.
Well done, Dave. We are not there.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking New York only, New York State only.
Yeah, well, we're just escalating. It's terrifying. Well, I know why. It's because the double vaccinated are going like, we don't have to worry about anything anymore, and then getting sick. Because they still could get sick, And I think most people now in hospital and or dying are double vaccinated. Because, no vaccine is perfect, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's not possible for it to be perfect. As I told before, I managed to get whooping cough, mumps, and measles, despite being vaccinated against all of them.
What's wrong with you?
I know. As they were jabbing me in my little head, I was like, oh, God, I better get COVID as well, despite trying and doing all the right things.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
Some people, their immune system just doesn't work the way it should, Anyway, I hope everyone gets their vaccine. I did actually feel quite unwell. But
from the vaccine?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Just a bit of a headache and quite tired, so I imagine that's significantly better than COVID.
Probably, yes. I don't know. I really had no side effects. I was pretty chill.
Yeah. The thing is as well, it was like, it's a headache, It might not have been because of the vaccine. It could have been because Dave abandoned me last weekend.
Talking to me. Oh, that too. Yeah, so I went to Boston I had to go to Boston to see my family. It was nice to see my family. It was good to hang out.
I'm glad. How are your family?
Up and back. They're well. They're doing good. Healthy, fortunately. All vaccinated, so that's good. And
that's the conversation. Do you remember last year the conversation was like, I hope you're well. Are you how's the lockdown going for you? Blah, blah, blah. Now it's like, are you vaccinated? I hope you're vaccinated.
Do you remember before that?
And I don't remember the before times, or I don't like talking about them.
I just have this infinite nostalgia and memory for the time before all this happened. It was much better. I need to get ready to travel as soon as travel's possible. I don't even know, man.
I'm broadcasting, by the way. Oh my God, where did I leave myself?
Okay, hold
on. Oh, look where I left myself. Shit. I'll wait for you to broadcast me before I do.
You're hosting someone.
I'm hosting us, so give it a few seconds to update. No, but yeah, I am. Should be broadcasting.
Yeah, no, I see it. Hold on.
Anyway, so I'm quite excited.
I need to make these little things that you have. I need to do a bunch of things.
Yeah, they made it actually super easy now. So I should really review mine. And also, I'm not really streaming that much. /after.
Oh no! Hold on. Here we go. I might have to adjust the screen size. We'll see. But let me get my posture right to actually fill up my little bubble here.
I don't know how I left myself here. Like I left myself here and then just freaked out and just.
Oh, you're doing so well.
Like, I know, right? Why would I log out here? Like, what was the?
I think you were just like, I don't want to risk the next step, so I'm just gonna sit.
Maybe I was like, I'm tired. Like he's been sat here for 2 weeks.
Oh no!
Poor
you
Bex,
can do it, Gemma. I believe in you. Are we keeping you away? Barely. No, I realize I need better posture. It's good to have good posture. And then I fill up my little bubble, and I look like I'm present as opposed to like. Laying down like a jerk.
Okay, I'm queued up, so we're all ready now. Just waiting for the Mahjong. I'm just gonna wait for this. Is Sky gonna make it?
I don't even know why. Now I want to go do it.
Working hard this way.
Now I want to log in and do the tower. Oh wow! All right.
You can only do the tower if you marry me and then make me go to the top
I'm not gonna...
of your magic rings. That's all the ladies are after right now. Is getting to the top of the tower.
What they're after, and I think I can't look. It's weird.
Look at him. He did it. Look at him. He did it.
Yeah.
Matcha Tsukasa, that weeb did it.
Oh my God. Don't use slurs like that at people. It's rude.
Oh, come on. Like, what? No, it actually legitimately annoys me when people use Japanesey names for their characters because we're supposed to be role-playing, right?
Maybe you want to role-play.
Get a name that is canon, Like, and that's what I've always noticed about what do you call them? The Lalafels. Those players always make sure they have have canon names. I approve of that. I really approve.
Canon
Like,
Olivels.
yeah, I spent some time making sure that I thought that my name would be, role play enough. Yeah. Okay,
That makes sense.
maybe I'm in a, maybe I'm in a minority. I don't know.
Maybe.
But the thing is, as well, like the Japanese names that I guess they pick, they're like, oh wow, that's really exotic, and they're just like really bog standard Japanese names a lot of the time. It's like running around with like John Smith,
worse.
and I'm
Could
like,
do worse.
and I'm like, well, I don't want. It's like it was like bloody Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. I'm like, wait, everyone else has got like Cersei and Stark and all these
But
other
he's
cool
supposed
names,
to
and
have
then
a
there's
generic name.
John.
That's like his thing.
I know, but they could have
He was
made
named like Chumpy
fancy generic
McChumpersome.
names. You see, I would have preferred that.
Chumpy McChumpersome.
They should just call him plot armor, ridiculous plot armor.
Look,
that would have been
he
more
knows
accurate.
what he's doing. What do we got here? Hello, East.
Why can't someone in the mysterious realm be called Nigel? It's a strange and mysterious name.
Hey,
Nigel. Hi, Westbias.
Could be called Nigel. There's nothing wrong with Nigel. I'm going to give no shame to Nigel here. Nigel can get points with me.
Really? Would you be okay with a name like Dave? The main character. If Alphino was not called Alphino, but his name was Dave.
I would be a little embarrassed because then I have to be associated with Alphino. Who has grown as a character, but maybe not Dave. It always makes me upset when people in ads or media are named Dave because I feel like it's a very personal attack on me. When they have sample conversations, they're like, "Yeah, Dave, let's do something." Whoa, 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 whoa! Please use a fictitious name that nobody has because Dave is not on this business here.
What if I called a character? What if Alphino was called Tucker Carlson instead?
Oh,
would you be okay with that?
No, I would never. I'm not okay with anyone having that name ever. Sorry if there are any
Hi,
other
Mercedes.
perfectly nice Tucker Carlsons in the world, because there might be.
Tucker is like the most American name I can think of.
It's a
really,
very American name.
Yeah, Tucker. Like, where does
But
that
I feel
even
like there's
come
a lot
from?
of Carlsons
Tucker.
out there.
Carlson, that's a regular surname, I think. Yeah.
So if any one of those folks ever got named Tucker by accident, I apologize because I don't hate you.
Well, it's like all those people who called Alexa before the Echo came out. Was it not? Is it?
No, I'm sure it's a stage name he picked up. He's probably like.
Oh, like we got that Tommy Robinson guy, and his name is like something ridiculously, stupidly long, and then he's just like, "My name's Tommy," and you're like, "Really? That was the most English thing you could think of was Tommy?"
Oh yeah, he's probably from somewhere far from England. All right, so it looks like we're just gonna use the power of these Easts and Chuns here to bust on through.
I've got a red 5 here. I'm keeping this 3 in case I get the Dora, but it's the next on the chopping block.
Yeah, and then probably want the 5s to be the pair if you can get the Chun, or you want to wait on the 5s and the Chun, which looks like it's what's going to happen. If you get a 4... Oh, here's an interesting question. If you get a 4 or 7 Mon, do you just reach this and go with it? Probably at this point, yeah, because it's fast enough.
Yeah, are we on a half? Yeah, we're on a East only as well, so... if it was a full round, then maybe I might be a little bit more. Might play with it a little bit more, but I'm not going to go for a flush. There's no need for a flush.
You're not going to con it. Oh, gutless play. No,
I'm trying to work out how many seconds behind me you are actually.
Only a small amount, but definitely some. Ooh, there we go. The 4/7 reach with the 3rd Chun. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, hope you draw the 4th Chun so you can make that con, so you can regret not making the con on the East. That's my.
But now, I mean, this is a Mangan straight out the gate, right? I think if I drew the red 5 man, that really would be the sad times.
That would be a little bit of a sad time. Well, but it's equal to the Chun, so it's kind of like fine.
There's the Chun. Sorry.
Oh, I am behind you. My Chun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Oh. Why?
It betrayed you.
This is beautiful, though. This is a beautiful hand for the first hand of the game. And now you can just chill out, be in reach, 3/6 pin weight. Not a particularly tricky weight, but that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you say it's a nice hand, but I don't really feel like I did anything to get here. Like...
It doesn't matter.
No, I don't feel the same kind of, achievement when the hand plays itself. I mean, there weren't any decisions to make, right?
I guess, but so?
Okay.
You done good. You took the hand. You went straight. Well, the decision is to not press your luck and go for more. You know, to
I'm
not do the
I'm
flush, to not con the east. The
I
decision is
suppose
to get it winnable and be done with it.
I'm proving that life is not a meritocracy, especially Mahjong.
Oh no!
There we go.
Oh, you're telling us the future. Yeah, Cross was throwing whatever. No, it's fine. It's
should
fine.
I take my broadcast off and on again? Because it's not usually
No,
this
it's not that bad.
slow.
It's not that bad. It's only a couple seconds.
Okay.
No flips, but an Instamongon off the bat. Yeah, unfortunately, Cross was being a little aggressive. I saw they threw a 5-man out of nowhere, so like they were pushing. That's what happens when you push sometimes.
So this is one where I have to make more decisions, and I'm east.
Yeah. I guess we start by draining those extra honors.
Yeah, and there's no outside tiles that are obvious.
But
Obvious
this being
cuts
your
either.
deal is rough. I guess south is a decent cut, and then who knows? Yeah.
So Nakahara or Chiral is moving here.
Yeah, people are getting stuff going. They don't want to let you sit on east with your existing lead. Oh, it's the Dora.
That's yeah. I will admit that I wasn't looking properly. But I am Ishanten, so I am
Oh,
one
yeah,
away,
you got
so...
that good pick on the 5-6-7 actually. So maybe the Dora didn't have a room in your hand anyway, but
No, it was a poor throw. It was a poor throw. I did, yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone does that, right?
Oh yeah, I do it. I do it constantly. I'm just like
I don't usually do it on the third discard though.
You know, that's why I say that the Dora is my lover. I just discarded it immediately through thoughtlessness and
Right, I'm gonna try and get something better. Which is not how you should play your dealership for sure.
Wait, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to go for Sanshoku?
Yeah, Sanshoku, or just a better weight shape. Like 1-2 waiting on the 3 is a sucky way to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah. This doesn't help.
Ooh,
So I managed to find a different sucky shape.
At least the 5 gives you the red 5 option, and you don't want to. Although there's 2 5s on the table, which kind of sucks. A box of unagi. I want a box. Hold on. Who said a box of unagi? I want a box of unagi right now. I want eel. I'm so hungry for eel.
So somehow I've become Tenpai. I can't reach
the dumbest Tenpai. But if you can get that 8-mon, you can shift it over to Sanshoku.
Exactly. So I've done stupider things.
Do you want to try going for the wider? Okay. And actually, you're safe from 30-10 on anything that gets this going on.
Yeah, and I can call that 8-man to get myself to lock in the Sanshoku.
Yeah, Sanshoku. All right.
So what tiles get me? 3, 4, 6, 7, 6, and 9, right?
I need unagi. I want unagi. Hold on, unagi box. I want to eat unagi. Oh. I didn't realize I want an unagi box.
Do I reach this? I'm not sure.
I would.
I probably should, really, shouldn't I? Sorry, I'll do it the next time around.
Oh, you didn't?
There's just so many of my rating tiles out.
Yeah, but like, uh-oh.
This is a dangerous tile.
Oh, push anyway, that's fine.
This is probably where I should have gone Dama, because they've got a 5-man and an 8-man in their discard pool, and if the other 2 are playing safe, then
oh, there you go.
West does not seem to be a safe player, so maybe
West
this
is pushing hard, and so that's gonna be their downfall if they're not careful.
So actually, despite no Sanshoku, but despite my pushing to get into a better waiting shape, that really paid off for me.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, no Sanshoku isn't the greatest, but whatever. I mean, it's still Tuhan, Reach Pinfu, not bad. And now it's like, now what do we get? What's our deal here? Yeah. Boink. All right.
It's a good deal.
Yeah. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 7 8s. We got 2 3. We got a pair of 7s. We could get a 1 2 3 Sanshoku.
Could get a 6 7 8 Sanshoku. I'm not gonna rule it out, but this Dora is the pain here.
Yeah. Itsu
Mm.
is now not an option.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot of potential, this one.
Yeah, we gotta see if we get the right draws to unlock that potential. And Haku is not it. Mm-mm.
And now it's going to draw doubles of all these
Yeah,
these
you're just gonna
tiles.
draw a Chitoy. You're
These
gonna draw
honors,
and win a Chitoy.
Like, there's the honor. I'm getting rid of the door. I'm getting rid of it. Hi, Pez.
I expect
Hi,
pithy
Pez.
comments. I'm pretty pithy.
What's
I'm fairly
pithy mean?
Pithy, like witty.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Like, for me, pith is like the stuff you get in an orange, right? That white stuff.
That's also pith.
Right?
You are
okay.
correct
Right.
that is considered to be, that is pith.
Okay, wait. Okay, I just need to add another definition.
It has another
onto
definition where
that.
it means like witty. But
Oh.
terse and vigorously expressive. Yeah, that makes sense too. All right, now we're at Ishan 10. Yeah, like it's like a comeback, you know? Like a pithy comment would be like a short and, yeah. Ooh, containing much pith.
Yeah, do you know what? This is a Dhamma. Like, what am I reaching for?
The joy of... You know what makes this a little sad? Is you could have had Chanta if you kept those Hakus. Which would have been dumb as heck.
Yeah.
I can think of no reason you would have actually wanted to do that.
I think the Dhamma, though, makes the one man more likely to come out for me here.
The one pin, you mean?
The one pin, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I agree. The Dhamma means people, unless they watch you really carefully. The one pin also is going to be pretty safe looking as an edge tile. And
yeah.
I could see it making its way out.
I mean, yeah, it depends really, I guess, on... Oh, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
The thing is, like, what I'd have to throw the 2 reach. So I'd have reach Dora rather than just the Pinfu I have now. So
the continuance is worth more to you than the extra Han at this point, I feel like. You already have the point lead, like it doesn't really matter. And the flexibility of being able to bail if you have to.
Yeah, do you know what? I feel like despite them having caught these bamboos, that possibly there's quite a lot of action in the pin suit. It's not that much going down from that suit.
Yeah, you're right. Nothing's coming out in pins. Very few pins have come out, which is interesting.
Which would create an argument that I should reach, because regardless of whether... Okay, I'm just going to draw it anyway. Regardless of whether I reach or not, it's not going to impact, if they're collecting the pin tiles. Hey, Ricky.
Hey, Ricky. Pin sumo. All right, that's fine. 700 each, another $2,000, another deal. Like,
yeah,
more continuance is better.
Got a tidy lead now as well.
Hello, red 5s.
Yeah. Not bad shapes. Not great.
Not good.
Hey, have you had any Mahjong action this week, Dave?
No, I really have not actually. It's been a very it's been like a short week for the holiday, and now it's 4th of July time.
Oh yeah, it's your special day tomorrow.
It's our special day. The special day of America. That's the 4th of July.
Oh, I don't know. Is that Thanksgiving or what?
Yes, it's Thanksgiving.
Okay, I don't know. Why would I know? How would I know?
Because American culture has permeated the world so that it's impossible for you not to have to pay attention to our garbage.
I know, but they always show those episodes in Friends and stuff out of sync with the calendar, so I never know,
It's the day that we told your king that we were tired of his garbage and we were going to be independent now.
We're tired of his garbage too. Can we do that?
Yeah, his name was George. Again, not a very exciting... What a mundane king name. Oh, it's George. At least Elizabeth sounds kind of regal, like... Victoria and Elizabeth both have very regal sounding names. George is just like, George, I'm George. Hey, how's it going?
Really? Huh. I would have thought George was quite a good one. What about William and Charles? Are they good king names?
Those are better ones, yeah.
You like those ones better? Okay.
They're better. Well,
I'm sure our royal family is relieved.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure they call me all the time
name,
asking for my opinions on these things. Harry's kind of... Harry's like
You know,
serviceable.
his real name's not Harry, though, right?
What is his real name?
Henry. Harry's a nickname for Henry.
So I heard a story about this baby that they had.
I can almost guarantee the answer is yes. Yes, she
Hold
did
on,
say that.
I'm gonna look this up because this is my royal gossip.
I'm gonna throw these out now. I won't throw them yet. I'm gonna keep them going.
Ugh, this is ugly. Like you're not getting any of the.
Yeah, I'm almost flirting here with a Cheetoy. Come on then, give me this royal gossip.
So apparently, at some point when they were having their baby, because of their weird like resigning from the royal family shenanigans, the baby won't be a prince, right? The baby's just going to be some baby.
No, so the baby. No, I mean that isn't effective. The baby would never be a prince. Or
okay.
The baby could. So the baby. So oh god, I've forgotten what the name is. What's the first child's name again?
I think is it Archie?
Archie. So yeah. So there's Archie. Archie won't be a prince until the queen dies.
Right. But he won't ever be a prince, I think, because they're not.
He can be. He can be. The issue at the moment is that Prince Charles wants to reduce the family size again, because of course the more princes and princesses you have running around, the more costs it is.
What the heck is wrong with this? I feel like, the monarchy spent the entire Dark Ages frantically having as many children as possible. That was the whole goal of the king. Just have as many kids as you can so that you never had not a king. And now they're like, we need less.
But now they don't die in wars with the French. We don't need so many of them.
Don't have a war with the French.
Ooh. I think that's Boris's plan, actually. That is a hell of a lot of Dora. We should have noticed that whilst we were arguing about the kings and queens. That is a hell of a lot of Dora.
That's a lot of Dora.
That is nice.
That's a nice
hand.
Manga.
Yeah. And that is a real serious game changer. But now the game has become between me and Kavi here. What you else? Sorry.
It needs backups. What happened to your club's homepage? That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Oh God, I never keep backups from my website, so that's probably exactly.
Well, actually, I kind of do. I keep source materials.
Let's make this a public service announcement for everyone to make sure you back up your data.
Do back up your data, but yeah, apparently the queen was like, well, I have a title that I can give you that you can give to your child, so your child can have a title, but.
Right, yeah, because they didn't like the sound of the title. I forget what the title was.
Yeah, because it was the Earl of Dummerton.
Well, I mean, the way you say it is pretty dumb,
the Earl of Dummerton, and they decided that they didn't want their poor Archie to get his ass kicked on the playground for being the Earl of Dummerton.
But that's the title for that position. I don't know what they want, I have to be honest, like, oh God, I did watch that interview that they had of Oprah, and then she was there in her fucking multi-million-dollar mansion in California, in a chicken coop, going like, oh, I'm just getting back to basics. I'm like, bitch, you do not know what back to basics looks like. You're married to a fucking prince who's got millions in the bank, and you think pottering around in your garden of your multi-million fucking house, like, no, fuck off. You don't. No, I didn't enjoy that. I don't particularly have strong thoughts about Meghan and Harry, and yeah, some of the stuff that they claimed, like comments about their child's skin, were definitely said.
My biggest thing about this is I just don't know why I should care at all. Like,
I mean, I guess. So from a purely monarchy point of view, this was their opportunity, right? This was their opportunity, which they have done multiple times in the past, to kind of reinvent themselves and make themselves look more modern. Because, there's always people in the background saying, let's abolish the monarchy. So if they'd have seized this chance in a more effective way, then, that maybe this would have worked. Maybe they could have, made themselves look more progressive. Unfortunately, he chose an American to do this with, and I just don't think, no offense, America, that they're well suited to what is like Britishness on steroids, basically.
I think he would have done better marrying me.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, you'd have won. Yeah,
I would have been. I could be. No, I for the record, I would be the Earl of Dummerton in a heartbeat. I would love that. I would like, if they're not using that title, can you just call them and tell them I will take it? I will be Earl of Dummerton.
He can still take the title and not use it. Like, I don't know what they're
Yeah,
playing,
but
but
I won't disagree that if I was the Earl of Dummerton in elementary school, I would have had no ass because it would have been kicked right off.
yeah, but they're not going to call you the Earl of Dummerton.
They
They'll
would
call
have
you
called me that
Archie.
day in and day out. No one would ever shut up about
remember, you're
that.
going to posh people's school where they don't do that because they've all got dumbass names.
They do.
You know, like,
Because you
boys
just
called
got
Vivian
the
and
dumbest
stuff.
ass name. You just trumped, like, as long as you're even, like Archie's not a cool name, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But, like...
Archie was a mess of a name, yeah.
Like, but at the end of the day, you're right. All those rich kids have their own weird names. So, like, Archie's not going to make you stand out. But being the Earl of Dummerton will make you stand out.
No, not in rich people's school because they've all got titles like that, right? They're not going to your state school down the road. They're going to the most expensive school that money can afford. He'd have been all right.
They're in Canada. They're going to... Okay, ooh, here we go. Which pin fu do we take?
I've already screwed this up.
I know.
Is already...
You keep the ones with the pair. What? Wait.
Because I'm going to try and go for a Tanyo Sanshoku. With
oh
the
my
7
God.
that I don't
exist
5, 6,
anymore,
7? So I don't know what I was doing for that.
Yeah, why'd you throw this out? You destroyed your own happiness.
And also, the one man was actually safe, and I'd already realized that I'd cocked this up spectacularly.
Okay, so you were playing safe. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay.
I was playing safe whilst maybe trying to recover what disaster I'd created.
You destroyed your own happiness. I can't believe Unagi Box got some happiness out of that, though. Good for you, Unagi Box.
I thought that they might be going for a flush, but I mean, it was quite clear from their discards that they weren't. There's a lot of mans in there.
But hey, they've locked in their third place. They pulled away from Howlett, from Kaylin Howlett.
I mean, my personal opinion is I think that Harry probably chose Meghan on purpose to get himself out of the royal family.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he's enjoyed it for a very long time, but I think he's a coward. Like, if you're really going to leave the royal family,
leave. Why don't you just say, like, I don't want to do this anymore? Why do this weird thing? I mean, for the record, I don't think anything bad about her. I don't know her or anything, but, like, she doesn't seem like any kind of horrible person. It's not like he married, like...
I mean, she seems like what she is, like a California starlet, I'm not going to like any of them, I don't think, but I think that's what he was looking for. He wanted something that was very not British. It's like British people on steroids, And
I feel a
think
little bad for her
difficult.
because I feel like she didn't really fully. I feel like he didn't really explain to her quite fully what she was getting into.
No. To be fair, though, multiple people in big positions told her that she shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
That she would not. But people get into their head that I'm going to be the next Princess Diana, and I'm like, look what we did to her.
Yeah, wait, she died. Again, like, I don't really have any bad things to say about Princess Diana per se, but she definitely did not have a happy life with a satisfying end. Like, she had a very bad time.
She admitted on television, national television, that she tried to kill her unborn child. That's not what a healthy woman says, I don't know why anyone goes like, oh, I want to be more like Princess Diana. I'm like, really? That woman was having a breakdown constantly. Anyway,
this is why I could deal with being royalty. It's not
20th century working class. Jack, my gerbil's called Jack. That Jack is a great name for a gerbil.
Well, you got a working class gerbil. It's a blue collar gerbil right there.
He is. He's a very hard working gerbil. He is destroying some cardboard right now. His brother's called Lewis. Not quite such a hard worker.
French aristocrat gerbil.
No, that would be Louis. I know that you people can't say Louis, and you think of it. You try to pronounce it as Lewis. No, you try to pronounce it as Lewis. I've seen you people.
Some people do. I do.
Yeah.
That's because I'm a member of the royalty.
You'd actually be pretty good at it.
It's not hard. You just do what the people say, and you don't do what they don't say.
No, it's super hard. Of course, Harry is never going to come here. Or Prince William. You have to stand around and you're not going to have any opinions. And you have to make sure that you bow to the right person in the right order, and then you have to make sure their spouse is not in the room because then that changes the order. It just sounds like living hell if you ask me.
You've taken me to Japanese business meetings. It's right, literally that. It's literally that. And you can't sit down for dinner. You got to stand by the chair until everyone susses out who's going to sit where.
Oh God, yeah, it's true. So this person on. So Kavi here is definitely going for a Sanshoku in the man suit. So I am not going to throw those 1-3, even though this is not an ideal situation for me here, I am not throwing that.
That 17, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's true. Like,
Save.
I don't know if people know this. If you're going for like anything kind of half businessy and they take you out for a meal, this is not a relaxing time for you. You have to be sharp, right? And you can't just sit down at the table. You all have to stand around the table and have an awkward moment where you decide where all the people in the hierarchy should sit at the table. And heaven forbid if the table is not a regular shape or there's some peculiarity about the table, that causes a lot of problems.
So I have a question, and maybe you've experienced this because I'm actually very curious about this. What if you end up in a situation where you've done it before? So let's say I have a regular meeting, a regular business meeting with 5 other people. There's 6 of us. And we go to the same conference room. Oh my God. It is a Chanta, and it's got 3 Dora in it, which is sick.
Well, that means this is...
Now you got to work.
No, I don't, because it's over. Kavi missed out by that much, by 100 points.
Oh, no.
Oh, Chiral.
Oh, no. I mean, there's really not much better you could have done, though. That was beautiful.
Oh, no, you really just wanted a continuation stick on there as well.
Of course.
That was
Chanta
an amazing
happy.
hand.
Chanta always makes me happy. That was a beautiful... finishing with all the Dora was gorgeous.
I'm not sure you made mistakes, yeah.
I guess the only other thing you could have done to get more points out of that would have been conning the 9-pin if you'd had the opportunity, which is nuts. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
And I think if you'd have seen my luck as well, Chiral, I think you'd have seen that... Yeah, I just had the same luck at the start.
Oh yeah, the first hand for you was great, but that was a really nice finish. It was really good. Yeah, so if there's 6 of you and you do the meeting regularly and it's always in the same room at the same table, like in an actual office, right?
Oh, but you're colleagues.
Down? Yeah, but you all know. Like we already know what the order is. We've sorted out. So now we can just all plunk down in our usual seats, right?
Yeah. No, the problems usually happen when you're joining 2 circles of people. Do you see what I mean?
It's people who don't know each other. They haven't worked it out, and maybe they don't know what the table's going to look like.
Yeah, so in a work situation anyway, this is very traditional, so they may be moving away from this, but it's quite normal to have like a long table, and then your manager, your line manager is at the top of that table, and then everyone goes down the table in descending order. So it's very clear who is where. Right? And then the tables are in order in the room as well, depending on that department's situation. So, yeah.
This makes sense to me, though. Like, people don't tend to do it this way, but it makes sense to me.
I say, yeah. I mean, that's the argument, I guess, for it. I mean, I think it makes it uncomfortable sometimes because, of course, once you've got such a rigid hierarchy, it can be quite. Am I going to try this jump and get really frustrated when I obviously don't make it?
Because it always bothers you that you lean to the side.
I need to be more like this, right? Oh God. Do you think that's matched up?
I don't know. Maybe. I think you got it.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so yeah,
you gotta wind up on
that. The good argument for it is that, everyone knows their position, and that's some comfort, right?
To some degree, unless your position's like the worst.
Yeah, but but then the thing is as well in Japanese companies, even if you're at the bottom, it's not the worst situation. Does that make sense?
What's the worst?
Because everyone has to be there at some point, and also, unlike American companies and British companies, etc., your manager probably does not earn much more than you.
See, that's the thing that's weird. Yeah, like.
Yeah, I mean, so what's the? Oh God, I can't say his name properly. What's the Nissan guy's name who then fled Japan and it was all a big hoo-ha? Carlos Ghosn. Yeah. But so part of all that drama was because it's really not seen as a good thing if you're the tops of your companies are earning so much more than everyone below you. And so then they made a law that these top executives had to have their salaries published every year, and they halved Carlos's salary because it was seen as unacceptable that he would be earning so much more. He's basically earning something that was more consummate to what he would have received in Europe. And that was seen as unacceptable, which is then what triggered him, I suppose, to start cheating the company out of money and stealing, effectively.
Did you hear about the Xbox guy who found a way to make gift cards for free and he sold them for Bitcoin? He made $10 million or something.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. His defense, his legal defense, by the way, is apparently that he believed that he wasn't causing the company harm because giving the gift cards to people was like popularizing Xbox.
That's the worst offense. I hope his lawyer didn't tell him to say that.
I think that's the only thing the lawyer could come up with.
Was the lawyer just crying into his hands?
Yeah, you were advertising, sure. What other argument can you even have, though? It's crazy.
I mean, I would have said I've got a gambling habit and everything's gone wrong. Please,
but the problem is, here in America, that
problems.
argument is like, too bad, go to jail forever.
I'd just be trying to. I'd accept that jail time was coming my way and try to mitigate it some other way. I guess.
Nuggy box and coffee. Oh my god.
This is a full one. This is a full one.
Full game. All right. Now we gotta think. Ooh, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know, but like there's definitely more of a sense of fairness that everyone can knuckle down together rather than. Yeah, it's. So actually, do you know what? I can segue this nicely into the Mahjong problem that the Mahjong world is having right now.
Oh.
So in the last week, there's been some high-profile departures from M League.
Oh my God, that was a good pick.
Some of them, I do like the way. So they always say when someone's leaving, well, not always, but I've noticed that a lot of the people who've left, they've said that they're graduating from the team. I'm like,
is
graduating.
Like AKB48? What is this?
Yeah, basically, yeah. No, yeah. You're graduating, right? Okay, so you've been fired. But so, and one of the things that I've always thought like, oh, that's going to become a problem in the future, is that all of the M Leaguers are paid the exact same salary.
Oh, your camera's steady. That's weird.
So why bother ever trying to be more than mediocre in M League?
Like, you're not going to get paid more if you're awesome. You're just going to hang out.
Paid. Yeah.
And elaborate uniforms.
And so Takizawa, who is one of the most well-regarded Mahjong players, probably, has decided to quit. So there are a few high-profile kind of departures where the contracts weren't renewed. And then Taki decided, no, I'm quitting. I'm out. His team had just won. Ugh, don't like this. Had just won the session he won M League last session. And he just, if you read his interview, he was just like, yeah, I'm going to go out on a high, I guess. Because once you've achieved victory in M League, why not just take that kudos and walk away with it, So I mean, this is what So like they're always talking about esports and how we can make it more like a baseball kind of with the draft and stuff. This more like an American style. So they've taken those elements of the American systems, but shoved it into this Japanese idea of fairness where everyone gets the same. But I'm like, the American system kind of works because they can say, I'll move to your team if you'll give me more money.
Yeah, because
like I've done well, so
I'm
more
desirable player. But the problem is, well, first of all, M League money was the best money in Mahjong for like Is that true? Is M League money the best? Oh, there's a reach out. Hold on, let's think.
So it's the most. It was the. No, I would argue it might not have been the best money, but it was definitely. Yeah, I'm just defending. It was definitely the most stable. So, you could make more money as a Mahjong player, but probably not stably.
The fundamental problem remains, how, oh dear.
I'm screwed. I'm screwed.
Where are we going here?
I'm trying not to throw in, Dave. That's my plan.
Yeah, well, the 5-man's safe now.
I should have thrown the 5. Oh, look, the 5 and the 4 are safe. Whee!
Okay, wow, you have 5. Red 5 throws pretty gutsy, but... Don't worry, you'll get a flush.
So, and EMP actually
you're actually really close to a full flush.
I am, I know. I don't want it. So EMP, what was actually interesting as well in Taki's interview is he did make a comment twice about his family, and he was concerned about the impact of not having that salary on his family.
I'm sorry, I'm stressing out about this full flush.
It's not happening, Dave.
It could have happened, but now it will never happen because you insulted it with your negativity.
Yes, my negativity. I'm the problem here. I think, and this is interesting because maybe I should post make sure. I'm gonna put the I'm going to post. I translated the article into English to save you all.
Wow, it was a 9-so and 7-so were the two dangerous tiles on the table.
So I'm going to put the actual web article link at the top of my translation. Please click that as well, so Paul Kinberg get the views. Not because obviously this is not my article. This is just something I translated and.
How much sports players make is actually a working system, but it depends on what you want to say about the real issue.
There's still an ecosystem around sports players as well, right?
Yes.
Because, let's say you don't manage to get that position, you then go on to be a pundit or you work somewhere else in the sports. You become a coach, you do this, you do that. There's other things to pick you up. But and so which is part of it. So Fujisaki, who's a very, very well regarded player, may not have gotten the best results in his M League sessions, was let go from the Konami team. And so Mayahara was let go as well, but that was, he doesn't look so elderly, but that there may have been more to that than just leave. But and so a lot of people I suspect are going like, well, if I don't perform, will I lose my job and my salary? So if I've already got a stable system that's working to pay my rent every month, why would I risk that for a 1-year contract that might just kick me out?
Well, but the thing is, I feel like the challenge here, and the thing with sports, and sports players get paid a lot of money. That's true. But you got to ask yourself, why do they get paid a lot of money? And it's not, and when I say that, it's not about, because they're really good at sports, which I'm sure they are. That's not they are. But it's because the incoming money pump for sports is massive. Pardon me. You have ticket sales, you have sponsorships, you have, commercials, you have all of these things that bring money into the sports ecosystem constantly. And that allows you to say, well, yeah, I'll spend $20 million on a player who might make my team win because everyone loves winners, and winners get more sponsorships and branding deals, and their merch sells more, and their season tickets sell out. And so the $10 million I spend on this person is going to get me $100 million in revenue. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening in sports, right? Sports players make that much money because the revenue they drive is huge compared to what they make. And again, that you might not like that. That might not be how things should be. I don't know. But there is a reason. And I feel like for M League, it's going to be it's another defend situation.
Yeah. Unagi Box is now really quite aggressive. Yeah.
But for M League, I don't think that ecosystem exists. I don't know who's sponsoring. People are even with esports things, and I feel like this is another thing where they kind of did what esports does without really fully understanding it. Even with esports things, if you look at what the way it actually works, yes, companies pay money to get a team in the league, but that team is getting sponsorships, doing streaming deals, making money. And that's how the team pays the players, and that's how the ecosystem works. But are M League teams doing that? I don't believe they are. There's not a framework.
I think it's tough. Yeah, I mean,
it is tough. This isn't just a simple criticism.
Might there be a shadow incentive system? I would say no.
That's probably just illegal.
I would say they'd probably not get away. And again, you're fighting then against this idea of fairness. It's a really strong idea in those kinds of cultures that it should be fair. I know that our hyper-capitalist consumer cultures.
But hold on. I think that's a weird definition of fairness. Because is it unfair to pay someone who's more valuable more money?
But then that's the problem, though, is that you can be the best player in the world, and if the luck doesn't come your way, you're screwed. It's not like you can become the best runner in the world and just run really, really fast. It's nothing like that.
I don't think that's true, because if you look at things like popular streamers and stuff like that, they're not always the players who are literally the best, who literally always win. You can still be very popular and be very skilled. And I think JP Hulk has kind of proven that, right?
But then why would you take your skill to M League if you could just be let go because of a run of bad luck?
I mean, it really depends on why
you're giving up a lot of freedom.
Let go. And it also, the other important factor is you need a reason to be on the team that is good, that is past your raw performance in games. Are you driving interest in the team? Stuff like that. If you look at sports, there's a lot of times when a pro player just have a bad season. It'll happen.
I know, but then this is the fear, though, that they'll start choosing the aesthetically pleasing ones,
Sure.
pleasing players, because they're the ones that will drive the revenue.
The other thing that makes it easier for professional sports is if I got paid $10 million last year to play football, and then this year I lost my contract, unless I'm incredibly the Earl of Financial Dummerton, like I can probably survive a year with my $10 million and be okay. You know, I can't complain. It's not like I was making $30,000 and getting by hand to mouth. I was getting so much money that, you know what, if I'm out of a job for 6 months while I figure out what to do with myself, unless I've made myself stupid, like I should be fine. And no one's going to be looking at me with pity saying, oh no, Dave got $10 million last year, but now he doesn't have any income this year. What's he going to do? Like,
I mean, but then that's why they pay these professionals huge sums of money to literally throw themselves at each other, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the other injury. Like I know that at any point I could get injured and be out of the game forever.
Yeah. So but then so as a freelance translator, I always price in. I charge more as a freelancer than I do it as a employee, because the idea is I need to be able to have that buffer for when I don't get the work for whatever reason, right? But they're salaried basically,
Fall back on, just go back to my lands and be like, look, serfs. The Earl of Dummerton's here to collect on your crops, and they're going to be like, "Who are you?"
And I think
that red 5 pin is haunting you.
It is haunting me. I think it's this, and the other thing with professional sports is that maybe not esports so much, but there are semi-pro opportunities all the way down the chain, right?
Yeah, for esports, that's streaming.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of times. Oh dear, we're gonna bail also.
No, this is the. We're still in East 1. Like, look at Unagi Box.
Thanks for following, Shitage. Oh my God, Unagi Box nails it again. With it half flush eats. Unagi Box is showing off at this point. That's beautiful.
And this is why I'm just gonna keep folding like a scaredy cat.
In-game injury, yeah. Well, the thing is for esports players, in fact, some esports players have straight up quit the leagues for similar reasons. They've been like, I make more money streaming. Why should I do this when I make more money streaming? And again, people don't care if they win or lose. Well, they can be in stressful situations with teams where they're expected to really perform, or they can just stream and make money that way. So like there's alternate options. I think that ecosystem does exist.
And I would say there's one other major difference as well. If you are a kid playing soccer, football, whatever you call it, in a park, you can always be aspiring to go and join Manchester United. If you are a good Mahjong player, you probably won't be able to get into M League.
Which is strange to me, actually. In fact, I think that's one of the things esports has gotten very right, is they've managed to make this pipeline from player to pro, where, you know what? If I sat, I don't know, am I too old? I don't even know. If I sat down and played the heck out of League of Legends for years and years and years right now, if I loved it and I played it and I got to a certain level of skill, which I may or may not be able to get to, I would have.
So there is a regulatory reason for that, because you cannot be paid. Sorry, let me just think about this for a second. You cannot be paid. You cannot be paid to be they cannot pay you for Mahjong unless you're registered as a professional.
Really? Yes, but why don't they just register you then?
I just don't think that the leagues have that capacity, And maybe that's where maybe M League is thinking about that in the future. Maybe there is a big scheme here, but they weren't going to be able to do it straight off the bat, were they? And Mahjong is always in a grey area legally. They found ways to make it, more palatable to the authorities.
Yeah.
But it still causes a lot of trouble. And we can't forget that. I think Westerners forget that actually
that does make things difficult. Yeah, that's a big problem, and it's unfortunate because I feel like M League is above board. It's not a gambling institution. Like they are attempting to be proper professional play.
Yeah, and maybe that was the plan, right? Was that they were going to demonstrate that actually that this was if they were trying to demonstrate why it was a skilled setting, why the hell did they use one of the luckiest rule sets they could find? That's another thing which really makes me like, I know why they did it, because it's more fun to watch, but red fives and Uradora, this is not high skill in that regard.
Oh dear, we got a
for hype table. Exactly, for hype. But then if I was M League, I would have just gone full hype then and made it like WWE,
I mean, a little bit,
sorry,
you want big, well, WWE is also wrestling. There's WWF and WWE.
I don't know.
There's a lot of wrestlers out there.
I would have made it very ridiculous, I'd have had them like shouting at each other as they came in, make them play characters.
Get a little over the top. Yeah, I think it's fun. But it's true. It's true that in some ways M League might have really wanted to serve as a demonstration of like, look, it's Mahjong, it's not gambling. People are interested in watching it because they just want to watch, not because they want to gamble. Like, and showing that pretty clearly, which I think they succeeded at showing.
Oh yeah. But then I took Dave to the that puts oh god that's not great for me. And Kavi here is not looking in a good position. And I took you to the first season you could go and watch it in a big crowd. So it used to be that you could go to a big hall, right? And you could go and watch it in a big crowd.
Yeah, that was interesting.
You can't, and that was fun, actually. I was kind of like, I kind of see, you're getting more out of it than watching a Mahjong game. You're going to get to hang out with other people who maybe you make some friends and network with people who like what you like. And then maybe, because they brought people, the players in, maybe you get to see a player and get something signed. And I was like, this could work. And then they stopped that element. So I was like, really? That was the element that I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, this seemed like it could be cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, then people say,
yes.
Why don't they?
This is exactly what we need.
I'm not going to repeat what EMP says. Allow emotion at the table. Exactly, Pairs. Use the Mahjong. They don't even play Mahjong.
I mean,
no Pairs. Do you know what? I think like I'm well up for people showing emotion at the table. I just think there's different types of Mahjong. I don't think that's a problem, right? There's the serious Mahjong where you take out all the red fives and you take out the Uradora and you take out EPADs.
That's more rules.
Take out all of those things. Yeah, but then you don't show emotion, right? That's part of it.
I want to show emotion.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But then if we're going to make an entertainment product that people want to watch, we let people cry at the table.
You make them cry. You script that shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. You script it. And then they get divorced at the table. Like, you do it all happens there. It's like The Bachelor. They get roses.
Slapping, like chairs over each other's heads.
You just go for it to get the interest. But I agree, as was said earlier, like, having there be a direct link from amateur player up to pro player. Like, how would you do it? I think is really important. And that's something you need in any game that wants to function like an esport. Is you need that intake funnel that gets new people playing the game and gives them that aspiration of, if you like this game and you play it a lot, you could climb the mountain. And that's the thing. I think it's really important to give people that hope and that vision of you could climb the mountain.
I am going to climb the mountain with this hand. So
just going to call out Tanya Dora too.
I think the other problem here, though, is the way Mahjong has a reputation in Japan, in that the good children do not aspire to be Mahjong professionals.
I mean, good. Make your game for the bad boys and girls, whatever. Like, everyone loves being a rebel. Maybe I'm too American, but yeah.
Yeah, I know, but a rebel in America can be quite,
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Fish guts, sumoing once more.
Oh my god, do you know what? I'm really worried for Tyrell's position here. Or Kavi's position here, because this means...
you need to win a big hand off of not Kavi.
Yeah, I'm going to turn off the auto declare, actually, in that vein.
You probably need to stop bailing, frankly.
What was I going to do? Unagi box was on a tear.
Deal into it. Gotta help.
Magic's recent e-push attempt fell apart. Lots of mistake, but part of it was the intake was so opaque.
What did Magic do? I'm curious what they did for their ePush. Their new game I thought was very good, like the actual client.
Because but M-League, though, M-League has taken like a baseball style draft, but like mashed it together with esports style stuff, right?
The problem with M-League was if you asked me, and again I understand there might have been like there might be barriers in legal barriers that I don't fully understand, but just talking from strictly an aesthetic perspective, how do I get into M League? And the answer that I'm given by how it works is you don't.
Well, so I mean, you have to join a professional league and pass their tests, and
what you want the average person like me to think is play a lot and get really good. And eventually you'll get into the league that the M-League players are scouted from, and you'll be able to be in M-League. That's how every other esport does it.
Yeah.
And you need to have that too, because you need people, you need schlubs like me to be like, I know what it would take to do. And is everyone going to want to get into that? Of course not. Lots of people are just going to play and have fun, just do whatever. But you need that foundational thing that pulls people in. And that gives them the vision that they could be good. And that's also what makes people want to watch pro players. Not just that they like the game, which sure they do, and not just that they like the pro player they're watching, but they want to watch because they want to see, what am I going to do to get better? How am I going to improve? What's going? It's a whole feedback. It's a whole mental feedback cycle where you feel like you have a thing, you like doing it. If you get really good, you could be a pro one day. You watch the pros, you like what they do, you want to learn what they do so you can do it. You enjoy being able to understand the complexities of what they do so you can talk about it. Like, it all feeds into this ecosystem of game enjoyment.
So when's Dave League coming?
Dave League? D-League? I'm already in D-League.
D-League of Gummerton.
I've been a D-Leaguer for quite a while, let me tell you.
Yeah, I like M League. I think it's bugger. I really do find M League interesting, and there's I like complaining because I'm British, but there's a lot that it's done that has been good.
I guess it's safe, but
is this it?
Oh no, it's the classic game of you didn't do anything. Oh no!
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's the classic game of you didn't do anything, and yet also you came in third.
Third is better than nothing. I don't lose any Dan points, at least.
What about Dave points? You lose Dave points, though.
Yeah, I like M League. I think a lot of what it's done has been really good. I enjoyed watching it. I just wonder what's coming for it.
I really wish
with these high-profile departures.
Oh wow, everyone's just playing. Everyone's like hype to play.
So even recently, was it? Yeah, it was for FX, the one that Taki has just left. So they had an audition, right? They had a big open audition, but the open audition obviously was for professionals. And then bizarrely, two idols, AKB style idols were seeded into the top stages. You're like, really? This is the direction? Idols?
So how would I change M League draft? Let's think. What would you do, Gemma? What would you do for M League draft?
I wouldn't be using idols and placing them in high positions.
So how does the draft work now? That's my first question. How does the draft work?
It's entirely opaque. No one knows.
Oh, it just happens, and then you hear at the end that so and so was drafted.
Well, I mean, I don't really understand baseball drafts so much. So before they used to have like a big show, and then teams would choose who they wanted, and then people could as some scheme.
Yeah, like people got picks at different places, and so like for like my knowledge of sports, like these are the up and coming new athletes, and teams got to be like, okay, well, my team has these spots in the draft, and I'm going to pick this as my first pick, and this is my first pick, and everyone would spend a lot of time talking about, fans will spend a lot of time gossiping about who they think would be the greatest pick for this thing based on their records in college and lower league sports and all that, and so there's a lot of interest in the draft by serious fans.
Yeah. So after that first initial draft, though, I mean, the interest fell away because of the stability of M League. Then I thought that they were going to mix it up every time. I thought they were just going to throw all the players back and then redraft them.
Especially if they all have the same salary. Like, then it's not even a financial burden. Teams don't even have to worry about finance. They can just shuffle it up and not care.
Yes, but they didn't do that. They kept them in those teams, and then they made it. So they have added some new criteria, which is. I'd have to check, but they managed so you could have 4 players instead of 3. I think you have to have a girl on each team now. It used to not be that you have to have a girl on each team.
Umonaki box for Emily.
I mean, obviously, like, how would I make it better for Mahjong as a whole? I think for the commentating, they need to make it so it's more readily accessible for people who don't know anything about Mahjong. If you don't already know Mahjong, you cannot follow that commentating. I would certainly stop them commenting every 15 minutes about someone's attractiveness. That gets tiresome quickly.
That's just annoying. Like, how many times can you say it? It's like me commenting basketball, being like, Shaq's really tall.
Yeah.
Shaq, he's very tall. Shaq is very tall.
And at some point, like maybe this is just a Western view, but like, when every time they say Aki's so kawaii, kawaii, and I'm like, okay, but she's also one of the best Mahjong players that we've had. But kawaii, I'm like, and I know that's a cultural thing as well, but
I mean, maybe it's just, I'm not here. It's just boring. I just feel like whatever it is, it just seems kind of boring. Like I don't really care. Why are you saying this? Like, no sports commentator at all, frankly. Again, maybe this is American, but no sports commentator, men's or women's sports, is sitting there commenting repeatedly on the looks of the players, like regardless. And it's not even about sexism or anything. It's just like there's more important things to say about the game. There's more on-topic things to be talking about. Yeah. Maybe something extraordinary happens on the field, but like.
He's so tall.
I talked about Shaq in the first. Now, I don't know anything about basketball, but I do feel like if it was my job to talk about basketball, me repeatedly being like, Shaq sure is tall, is like not successfully performing my job.
I think as well, like, they could have fleshed them out a little bit more. I would have had cards
more flesh.
Like if they got, like, obviously you're going to have dead times, but why don't they talk about the other things that these people do, their hobbies or something, have they been training? Like what's going on in M League? Do they train? Do they get coaching sessions? Like this is the kind of stuff that fans actually do want to know.
You need those like ridiculous interstitial animations that they use in like all the American sports where it's like some animator fresh out of college who gets free reign to do whatever they want for a 10-second animation. So it's like robot parts assembling into a basketball player and then all these stats appear. Like you need that kind of stuff.
But I would hard agree on Garth.
Garth and Emily with a free beer supply. Oh God.
I mean, I hard agree, but I know that I would die internally watching it. I can recover this, man.
Wait, it's the door now.
I know. And
there we go.
I'm
there we
tempo.
go.
Yeah.
Now you got a Hanuman Tenpai.
Yeah.
On a 6 or 9 man, which is actually pretty great.
I bet that poor Nagi box was like, no, why did I can those 5s?
Everyone should think that all the time. Yeah, I've been working with some video stuff too. It's pretty cool. It's actually pretty fun to make those sorts of things. I'm not very good at it, but it's pretty cool. But yeah, like those kind of like hype things that make people excited about what's going on are much more on topic. And you can even, if one of the players, I feel like if one of the players' shtick is that they're kind of cute, I feel like you can find ways to work that shtick in without being like straight up being like, this is a cute person. The commentators are going to say they're cute. You can you could do some stuff. You could dress them up now.
But they presented themselves as the top of Mahjong.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people
wanted to be
would
like
say
WWE before, so give them a little bit of slack to put some shtick in there.
That's what I want them to have, but they're not doing that. They're doing we're the top of Mahjong, and if you want to be the top of Mahjong, I think you have to take out all the lucky elements.
Well, now we're talking rules. That is a separate issue. I think that is important.
No, it's luck. It's luck. Adding red 5s and stuff makes it less of a skill game.
But what you need. Oh, there you go. Sorry, Fish.
Kandura's luck. That's just pure luck.
That's pure skill. That Kandura was pure skill.
So, I forced them into it, didn't I? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry, Unagi.
What is this? 4, 4, 7. What are you doing?
Messing around.
That's talking about what I would do for the draft is I would make the draft a tournament. I'd make the draft a tournament, and what you end up doing is all the players. You have a big base of players, and you have the tournament, and then you can talk about their performance in the tournament, and that performance is what makes them more attractive or unattractive for drafting and stuff like that. And then the teams get draft picks. And yeah, you make, and this is mostly, frankly, this is much more for the viewing audience than for anyone else, right? You got a lot of personal drama. You can do features of people. You can have there be the question of like who will do well enough.
If you want to do personal drama, you just do it AKB48 style, where they do bloody janken run rock paper scissors on stage, and then they start sobbing when they get in, and they get to sing a song for once in their stupid careers. And that's how they do it. And that's maybe at some point we have to accept that M League is a Japanese creation and they're going to do it a Japanese way. And it doesn't matter what we think. They're going to do what they want, and they're going to sell because that's their market.
I already accept that. I can't make M League change what they're doing. But I think you can do it. I think what I'm suggesting keeps their more skill in it than just straight up like we're just gonna do some BS.
I guess
There's more interest in it.
I just embrace it. I quite BS can be funny.
Go on the table and sing Buck every time. Yeah, do it. We should do it. Embrace. I mean, again, if you want these players to be stars, embrace their stardom and let them let them shine, let them do things. And again, this is why every sports game you want to interview all the players and see what they say and see what they do.
I know, but to be a sports player, you've still got to be able to play the game.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying not.
Really well as well.
I'm not saying not. Wait, when did I say not?
No, but then that's the problem with Mahjong, because you can be you can't. No one can go and become like a soccer player at the top level without being really, really good at soccer.
Sure.
Where you can sit at a Mahjong table and be shit. And still
yeah,
be
but I can sit on a soccer field and be shit. And be loved for it by who?
No, I mean, I can't say all of the stuff that I would say. This is why we need a pundit or tabloid for Mahjong World, so that I can leak all of my interesting information and thoughts. But there are, yeah. I don't think all of these players maybe are performing as well as they could.
Maybe not.
But then the players that are leaving aren't those players, and that's my concern, that it'll end up being pumped full of idols.
I mean, that is a concern. I think that's not a good scene.
And you couldn't do that for soccer. There's no way you could suddenly make it so it's full of idols, right?
But again, this does circle back to my pipeline idea, right? Like,
okay, fine.
If what you need to do to be considered for M League is to have been playing at a high level and getting results for a long time to rank up to the point where you'd be considered for entry into M League, no one at that tier, they could be an idol, who's really good, but they're not. You're not going to be random people off the street or people out of your modeling agency coming in and being like, oh, you get to be in, because there's a clear rule. The players at this tier are the players who are eligible for the draft. And as long as that, and this is where fairness comes in, right? This is where it works for League, it works for Overwatch, it works for all that. Because there's a clearly defined way you get there, and everyone knows what it is, there's none of that weird, like, who are these people? This league is weird and exclusive, and it's only for people who, like, the owners like.
And Paz, Magic the Gathering has way more money than Mahjong.
Oh, yeah.
Way more.
That's because they are gambling, and it's legal for them somehow.
Yeah, no, Mahjong hasn't, and that's quite rightly why everyone got very excited and still is excited about M League. It's the first time I think anyone's seen big money in the game.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were excited that that there are going to be potentially paid careers. The problem is, they're not careers, are they? If you could have one bad year and be let go, is it a career anymore?
It's not a career if that's the stability level. That's the problem.
Yeah. And I think, obviously you have to let players go if they're not very good, but there needs to be a system to absorb them, an ecosystem of some description. But Mahjong just doesn't have that.
That's probably because people just keep buying Magic cards and it doesn't even matter. And honestly, I don't think that many people are into the Magic Pro scene because I don't think they care. I think if Magic has a problem, it's that Magic is a game with a huge amount of very casual and nostalgia players at this point, and not a lot of people interested in Pro scene.
Does Magic need a Pro scene? Does it need it?
I mean, it has it because it could have it. People like the game enough to be willing to do it. I don't think Magic needs a Pro scene.
Should we ask that horrible question? Does Mahjong need a Pro scene?
People will do it.
But the thing is, but Mahjong, we talk about Mahjong professionals. Most of those people do not make money. So is it even a professional scene?
That's an interesting question.
It's not in the English definition of the word, right?
That's a rough question, yeah.
I'm a Mahjong professional and I do not earn a penny from Mahjong. I've never earned a penny from Mahjong. Garth and Jen have managed in the past. Not enough, though, to to sustain a lifestyle.
Messages.
Jen obviously has, well, not obviously, just that Jen also does other work alongside her Mahjong career. Garth does less work alongside his Mahjong career, but he finds a way. Well, he does voice acting and stuff as well. He's a really good voice actor. Really, really good. So people have all their, their side stuff. Yamai actually, he does actually make his money. He makes his career in Mahjong, but not playing Mahjong solely. He's also working hard for the administrative side of JPML. Oh no, I forgot his name. My God, our second world champion. What's his name? It's gone straight out of my head.
Tomitake,
thank you. I don't know why it left me then. He's a tutor, and that's what he does with his days. He teaches. Upon this. And most of the Mahjong professionals will be having side gigs, other things, There's no jobs that don't pay anything. Voice acting pays him quite well. Jen translates, obviously, although that's starting to pay less well. When I introduced her to becoming a translator, it was a good gig. Now it's a shit gig. Do not become a translator is my advice.
Yeah, you're not thrilled with the state of things.
No, the state of the industry is a shithole. It's interesting though. Recently, now let's talk about me because I want to talk about me for a second.
Yeah.
So recently, I've been doing this kind of work where you sit in and become as like an independent for things, and recently, like they've been trying to get. They've got an American office and a London office, right? So they've got a New York office and a London office, and they need someone to sort of like not mediate as such, but try to get these two offices to see eye to eye because it's obviously gone so horribly wrong.
I'm curious about this pair destruction you've just done. Oh,
I'm unhappy with the Dora position here, basically.
Yeah, the Sanchoku option now.
Yeah, the Dora position was really my main driving force here. Because if I get the 8 or the 2, it changes what I'm doing here a lot. But yeah, like it's so it's really interesting having had to help Dave negotiate with the Japanese and the Japanese negotiate with Dave. Every now and then you can tell that the culture just kind of disconnects and the eyes glaze over and they're off in their own little worlds and totally disconnected. And it's exactly the same for these Americans and these Brits. They just can't understand each other. It's really quite interesting. That's what I'm doing now, and I don't get paid much for that either, but it's not translation. Don't become a translator. Garth's glamour calendar work. Oh my God, have you ever seen Garth's glamour shots? Get his glamour shots from when he was a kid.
I have not seen this.
So I was with his girlfriend, now his wife, and we got drunk in his flat. I don't know where Garth was at the time, but we just got trashed. And like he had all of these photos of himself when he was young and beautiful up on his fridge. And I was like, who puts photos of themselves when they're young and beautiful
on their own
fridge?
Maybe on the wall, maybe.
Or maybe like if you're framed and you're like, this is a really nice shot, I put it.
Yeah, really this is my young self. I'll keep this for memories. I don't put them up on my wall. I have a couple photographs of myself when I was younger. I don't look better or anything, but I'm there and I'm young.
Oh no, these are sexy shots though, like model shots. Like he had like a shirt like half open and he was like leaning back on like some like waterfally rocks or something. And
whoa.
Anyway, so Garth could do his glamour calendar.
A little racy there, Garth.
Daisuke's going to sweep that market up. Yeah, that's the other thing that happened in the Mahjong world. You reminded me, thank you. Daisuke, Daniel Moreno, got an article in Kindai Mahjong, and it came out this week. It's a really good article about how he came to Japan, why he wanted to become a Mahjong professional, and he's managed to push his tagline, which is Freedom Mahjong, which I think is a great tagline. I think that's super marketable. And yeah, it's in the print version only, I think, but maybe they'll put it online later.
Freedom Mahjong.
But yeah, Freedom Mahjong. I think that's really good, no?
All right, we just wait on the door then. Let's wait on the door.
Yeah, but if I get the 5, then I can switch it down. Right.
That's true. Yeah, you can get your Sanchoku on.
And a 4 is a mangan, a dealer mangan.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so if you are in Japan and you can get Kindai Mahjong, get Kindai Mahjong because Daniel is in it.
He's in it.
And it's a really nice article. It's a really, really nice article. And I don't just say that because he name checks me, which is really sweet.
Oh, you do. You're so popular.
Well, he basically name checks WRC, but
Oh,
we get a
no,
small mention.
okay.
No, but
Mahjong song parodies are pretty great. I'm a big fan of Mahjong song parodies. I used to make those once in a while. Once in a while it would happen. Someone just destroy the door. No one wants the door. Just get rid of it.
There are not a lot of man tiles on the table here, though.
No, and I don't like that at all. Uh-oh.
Okay, don't have to fold yet. One more draw left.
All right.
Come on, Mugen. Give me a 4. Give me a 4.
All right.
No.
No.
I get to keep my dealership, though.
Yeah, you stay tempai. That's good.
Yeah, he got 3 pages. It was a big piece. It was a really nice piece. Yeah, they did a really good job, actually. He's a little bit upset about his photo because it's not beautiful, but I should have warned him that, like, I don't know why, but all of those kinds of publications, they don't take the most beautiful
They don't take
photos.
Good photos. They just make you ugly.
Like Jen is a beautiful girl, right? And she had a recent online article for Kindai Mahjong because she was doing really well in that audition from M League. And yeah, the photo though, I looked at him like, oh god, she's not going to be happy about that photo. That is it. It just wasn't really representative of, of Jen. Yeah, and that was the first thing she said, because she didn't link me to the article. Like normally, I would expect her to link the next morning. She didn't link me, so I messaged her. I was like, "Oh, I saw the article. It was really nice." And then she was like, "That was a bad photo." And I'm like, "Oh no."
Well, it's true. No one wants to be like article written by like ugly man, and then it's like me being like.
I don't understand why they don't give you a choice. Like, just send you the 3 photos they're thinking of using, so you can pick it, right?
It's a little power game.
Yeah, I really like I got quite aggressive at one point. Like, I would send them photos that I'd had professionally taken, and I'm like, use one of these photos, please. And then they were like, oh no, we want a candid shot of you in this stupid coffee shop. And I'm like, really? But like, the lighting is shit. Like, that's why you use professional photo studios. Or like, oh my god, they used to take these photos as well in these mahjong parlors, and there's no natural light, right? Because they like shuttered the windows, and it's just like these crappy lights hanging like from the 80s over the mahjong tables. Yeah. And they were like, no, we want to take the photo here. I'm like, oh.
What is this? This
is a fold.
Yeah, at least it's a fold because you're winning.
Dave has not approved on my other. And the people who aren't attractive have less to worry about. That's true. That's true.
If they just make everyone look kind of bad.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe this is the new egalitarianism. Everyone has to look like shit.
We got 2 easts and your east, and that could be really good.
But yeah, so it's a lot of action. But Raiden announced I was kind of looking forward to seeing what Raiden announced today, because I was wondering if they were going to change up their team, but they have not. Raiden have taken all of their players further. Yeah, so Raiden. So I think so. Let me summarize who's going. So Mayahara's going, and Fujisaki from Konami's team. Oh my god, I can't remember who Wakutsu's in, but Wakutsu is leaving. She's only had a year. She's really surprising. She just had 1 year, and she had 2 years.
Really?
1 year, right? 1 year. She's a super popular lady as well. Super popular lady. So I was really surprised that she's been let go. And then obviously Taki has quit. That was the big.
Chitoi.
So yeah, they're getting a 4th. That's their plan. Yeah, they've announced there. So I think we might see some more of that as well. Like, 'cause there's still quite a few 3-person teams, right? So I think we might see a few more 4-person teams, because the people who were a lot of the teams, when they opened up to 4 players, the teams that had 3 players that expanded were because they had to meet this this quota of girls that they had to have, right? Which I actually, do you know what? I know it's positive discrimination and it's a, bit of a dirty topic. I think it was a good move to make it so that they had to widen the participation to more females.
I don't feel strongly one way or another, to be honest. Like, I don't think it was a bad move. I don't think anything bad about it. I think it's a fine option.
I think women in Mahjong have it quite difficult, though, because it's such a punishing schedule for the leagues. Like, you always have to be going if you want to increase because the Dan points to increase your rating are dependent on you attending, right? So if you have to take time off because you want a kid or more than one kid, so you have to take a year or so off, then you will not get any ranked points. And because it's not like shared parental leave, it's not like men take time off to look after children.
Oh, I know.
So that meant that
oh my god, I'm so yawning.
It's just not something that's done, right? I mean, do men take paternity leave in America much?
Yeah.
Do they take a year off for a kid? A year?
Not a year, but
exactly.
It depends. You can get like a couple months if you're the primary caregiver. If you're not the primary caregiver, they just give you less time generally, or at least from what I've seen. I think the problem is you're not required to do anything. This is really just like
right. So if you think that most women will have to take a year off for their kid, it's causes a lot of problems, and that's why you have more women's events, because they're trying to give them an opportunity to make up for this loss, to have a family, right? And a lot of the women's events, if you notice as well, are on weekdays when they might be able to get childcare for their kids, or their kids are in school or something. So I think in that respect, to try and like level the playing field, it's a good thing.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe it's the holiday weekend. It's crazy. Oh my God.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Nothing.
What amazing.
Nothing. No, this is.
What do you do in July 4th? Do you eat something?
People barbecue and like go visit their family and stuff. But I'm just gonna do nothing because I think it's smart to do nothing.
Because what have you been doing for the last 15 months?
Yeah, that's also true. But like the thing is, everything's more expensive and annoying because it's the holiday, so everyone wants to do stuff. So it's like, what if I just didn't? That's my usual trick, is I'll go do stuff on other days in different places. Oh yeah, I was going to say, there's going to be so many fires in this heat wave drought. A town in Canada that completely burned down. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Oh, is it hot there, or is it just hot in...
It's like 117 degrees Fahrenheit up there.
I have no idea what that is in real terms.
Probably like 80 Celsius or something.
80? I hope not. I don't think it could be 80. They'll be dead.
Let's find out. Let's find out. 47.
Okay, that's fucking hot, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's been literally deadly. This heat wave is insane. What I want is pin tiles to come to your hand.
I'm going to do something that you're not going to agree with. I'm so sorry.
Really?
Because I just want to win with the white dragons and the Dora.
That sucks.
I know it sucks, but this is a good shape here. The 2, the 3, the 6, the 7, 8, or 9. All take me into Tenpai.
A sucky Tenpai.
I know, but it pushes my hand. And what for what? Like, you know, so that I can have...
2 more Han.
1 more. Like, well, 2 more. But it wouldn't push me up through... But I could just throw it to someone else, so it doesn't matter then, does it? I think that was the right call. I think that was the right call. Also.
Good. It's also Sanshoku Doku, which no one ever gets. So you just made someone's day. You made Fish Guts' day.
Fish Guts. Okay, let's talk back to naming again. That's what Meghan and Harry should have called their kid. Fish Guts.
Yeah, Fish Guts, the Earl of Demerton.
See, I was saying that for their latest kid, you know, they're so upset that they can't get to call them Prince and Princess. They should have called the first name Princess, middle name Diana.
Name the kid Prince or Princess.
Yeah, and then Diana, and that would really upset people.
That would upset me because of how dumb it is. I am upset by this.
Okay, you have bonfire night. Yeah, okay, that's kind of similar. We have bonfire night because we hate the government or something. Oh no, because the Catholics tried to burn the government. That's right. I remember now. So for some reason we celebrate that night. British people are something wrong with us. Yeah, it's a Guy Fawkes night, right? It's our
No,
bonfire
Guy
night.
Fawkes Night is celebrating that he didn't succeed.
I don't know, actually, because we spend a lot of time burning effigies of our politicians. So I'm not really sure what the point is anymore.
Oh,
When
jeez.
I was a kid, we always made a Margaret Thatcher guy to burn on the bonfire. And I'm pretty sure this year, if we're allowed to, and there's no more COVID restrictions, it's going to be Boris Johnson and Matt Hancock that we get to burn. Okay, yeah, but we don't think like that now, do we? Now we think that Guy Fawkes was.
A true hero.
To be fair, Guy Fawkes himself, though, actually was the idiot. He wasn't really
He was like the fall guy. He was one of the
Yeah.
chumps he was the guy who actually got found.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was a mastermind.
Oh, that's right, because they were trying to dry the gunpowder out in front of the fire, weren't they? Oh, British people are so stupid. I don't understand how we managed to control. No, so the gunpowder got wet at one point, and they tried to dry it out in front of the fire. You have to fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's part of the story. Like, and then he cocked it up. Obviously he didn't blow up the Houses of Parliament. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a shit show from beginning to end, really. Yeah. They had underground tunnels, but so I think like Guy Fawkes himself was just some poor idiot that they had come to do some of the dirty work, but like all of the top people, like all of the rich people who'd actually been, constructive in the plot, then suddenly disappeared. How did this become Holiday of 100 Years? No one knows. No one knows. Dave's now reading it.
Yeah, I'm reading about it now.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it.
I can tell from his face. He's like, "What the hell is wrong with these people?"
There's a lot of detail here that does not really.
Still makes more sense than Easter. No, because Easter's when the pagan holiday comes. So Easter makes more sense. And people do like fire. I do like bonfire night. And we have it a good time of year where we're unlikely to cause out of control fires. Because it's usually pissing it down and you're stood there and you're freezing cold watching this fire. This person desperately tried to light this crappy fire on the village green. Good times.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am still first by 100 points, which is not as fast as I want, and we are on a quick ranked. This is not good because I've had to fold this as well. Oh, Zaps has added another element. It's an old pagan bonfire night, 31st of October. Oh, that makes sense. Oh.
Oh, it was later. Okay, so what happened was, after they found... It wasn't Guy Fawkes who did this. It was after they found Guy Fawkes, and they were like, excuse me, your plot is bad and we don't like it. They were hunting down the co-conspirators, and the co-conspirators were cornered in some farmhouse, but they couldn't shoot because their gunpowder was wet, so they're like, we'll dry it here in front of the fire. And then instead it all got exploded, and then they were all captured and hanged.
They were lucky they were captured and didn't kill themselves. Yeah. How bunny bringing eggs? Because the bunny is the pagan thing, right? The eggs, you paint the eggs. That's not. I don't know why. I don't know when they turned into chocolate. I don't know when they turned into chocolate.
Way.
Yeah, this is a really bad situation for me because I think I'm going to lose my first place.
But you can still throw the one so. I might throw the one so.
I don't. Right. Could try and get into Tempai. How many? There isn't enough to ask me to do it if I wanted to.
You could do it if you get lucky, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
That's a big problem.
But the 4-so is at least safe to throw.
That's it. I've done it somehow.
Oh, well.
Oh no.
Yeah, Mugen stole it.
No, I still win.
30. Yep, if that's the end. Yeah. We got time maybe for one more.
That's the other not doing anything that means that you win.
Yeah, when people steal the victory from each other and thus give it to you.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool plan. It's a pretty cool thing.
But yeah, anyway, I hope there'll be more exciting M League news next week, because I quite enjoy exciting news. Like, M League sort of drifted into the background for me a little bit because there were no exciting news. So that's the one thing I do hope, that all of this action will trigger some exciting stuff, because it'll be good. Like, that's one of the arguments, I guess, against some of the other, some of the major leagues, is that nothing really happens. Nothing super exciting happens.
Well, again, it's tough because Mahjong's a game of like long-term results. You're not going to get like, unless you WWE it up, where you're making it like wrestling, where you're making one game really matter or something. Like, you're not going to. People get better and worse over the course of months or years. And I feel like you got to decide whether you want it to be baseball-y, where you have a lot of stats about a player and like that's their calling card, or whether you want it to be wrestling-y, where the player has a personality and like.
I went to one baseball game in my entire life, and I learned quite quickly that going to a baseball game was basically nothing about watching baseball and everything about getting people to bring you beer in your seat.
Yes.
Yes. And I was reliably informed that I was doing baseball correctly.
Yes. Yes. Baseball is where you go and drink, and also there's a baseball game happening, and that game happens at a pace where you can interact with it like once in a while.
So that's what I do for Mahjong. If I sort of M League, I would make it so that they had the big spectator room again, with drink and snacks and people interacting with each other and the game. You know what they could do? They could do it when they're like so they could just play normally, like regular speed, boom, boom, boom. And then when something really interesting starts to happen, they have to slow it down and they have to make their discards slower.
That would be tricky. But doable.
It would be tricky. Yeah.
No, what they really, honestly, it's not even that. It's not even that. What they should really do is they should do replays like they do in football.
They killed the spectator sessions before COVID. So So you could go to some, but the spectator sessions were broken down into much smaller kind of events. Bollocks. They're broken down into much smaller events, and you're basically going like they were sending you to like small. It wasn't like a big event hall anymore like before. I would bring those back. She says, throwing something ridiculously dangerous. No, I think 8, because there's 3 9s out, right? Which means that. That's effectively the end of the.
Oh, there. Close weight on the 2. Fast reach.
Yeah, it's nice.
Reach door.
That takes my east away, and we're on a full. Okay, I don't feel so bad.
I got a little bit of time at least.
Yeah.
I think you need like football style replays and commentators not afraid to go back. When something happens, then go back to the replay saying, "Oh, well, the hand looked like this, and I would consider these things, and this is what," and let the game go on ahead, because frankly, the next hand's going.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, because sometimes everyone draws, and the hands are playing themselves at one point, right?
A little bit. Yeah. Don't be afraid to like not literally comment on every discard. It's okay. You can let the game go on its own real quick, and you can. It's almost like, again, sticking with my football metaphor, it's almost like considering each hand to be like a down in football. The ball's going to move a little, something's going to happen, but if you're busy analyzing a big play and you miss a little
American football.
Yeah, the right football, the only football. If you're busy explaining a big play and you miss another play or two in the interim, it's generally considered to be fine. It's okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. Then you'd help players the audience who may not be so confident with Mahjong to know, oh, this was an interesting play. This is what we want to be looking at, and this is what we should be talking about. Because if you just walk in, like, there's a lot of stuff happening, and it's very difficult sometimes as a new person to know, well, actually, this is where the game was decided. This was a big decision point, right?
Yeah. Oh, this is your Pinfutanyo here.
Yeah.
You're gonna take it, or you're gonna pass, and you're gonna aggress it.
You take it, yeah. Why not? Yeah. I think, I really like that. I think that would be good.
What about Reach?
And then people could then start talking. If you're watching at home, then you could talk about it with the people you're watching with, or if you are, if you're actually there, because you get to view it as a spectator, again, it becomes a focal point, right? That's what I do.
Yeah.
That's my actual policy position, not the WWF with the chairs being smashed over each other's heads.
I like that. I like that.
I Hoburg.
I think yeah, you want the commentators to feel open to explaining why something was good or meaningful, as opposed to feeling stuck again, like having to say something about literally every discard one after another. Like that's not useful.
Yeah, and then as well, you can actually then flesh them out as characters, because you can talk about their psychology, and hopefully you'd know if that had been a bad play before or a good play before, because everyone gets into a swing of
Oh yeah.
playing certain ways. Get John Madden to draw circles.
Yeah, you want circles and yeah, you want to be like, yeah, these tiles and they could go over here, but if these tiles go this way, that's going to be a problem, and like give them tools so that they can really quickly make up these little diagrams or explanations, and then it's like, okay, seeing this, I can easily say, well, this could turn into and like you can show it to people. Like I think there's an art to Mahjong broadcasting that's not been maybe developed as well as it could be.
And then we could actually get like completely new players, and that's the other thing as well. Just this is a Western perspective, right? Like most Japanese people will have an idea of Mahjong, right, or a concept of it, right?
Good to know what
Whereas
the most
Westerners don't. Whereas the Westerners don't, right? So if we're going to get new Westerners to play, we really have to hold their hands as they come through the game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Watching it,
with love, but yes.
With love. Well, I mean, can you hold hands with people with aggression?
Angry hand holding. Yeah, ever had your hand shaken by someone who's like really into handshakes?
Well, I mean, I'm a lady, so people aren't trying to dominate me usually with a handshake.
Yeah, I've had people where I'm just like, dude, it's fine. Like, god damn, I didn't know we were
people
fighting.
Do the yank.
The yank is another weird one. Don't yank. Why are you pulling me? I don't want to go over there.
That's going to be the good thing about COVID, that people will have forgotten how to handshake, and maybe they never will again.
Just give up on it.
Time to proof of concept this. Yeah, do you know what? Based on my Mahjong viewing experience, the most entertaining was never talk about the game that came out of it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's true. Every time I streamed, I don't think I spoke about Mahjong. The times I was talking about Mahjong was when no one was watching me and I just had to talk to myself. And I played really good Mahjong when I was talking to myself.
I actually could. Yeah, you're right. I could do circles and lines on top of Gemma's stuff. In fact, maybe.
Yeah, Dave, do it. Do it.
I don't know.
But you can't slow it down though.
Screen. Yeah, I can't. I don't have the equipment to like go back in the replay and then do the slow motion of Gemma discarding the Dora over and over and over. Just set that like repeat over and over. Like this is the big mistake.
Cheer out! Well done, well done.
Oof.
Yeah, I should talk more about the game. You're right.
A big score. A big score.
That's a nice way for her. Sorry, Chiral, you're a lady avatar right now, so you're going to be a her for the time being. Sorry. You are the Belle Delphine avatar. Yeah, like. Oh no, I forgot what I was saying. That's good. Yeah, you could start drawing. Yeah, I think you should. I think Dave should.
Start drawing circles.
And then you should just clip when I do really bad things, like discard the door on the third turn.
Without knowing it's a door.
Yeah.
I could do that.
I suspect Emiligas do not do that though. I have a suspicion that they're probably a lot better than that. Oh, what have I done? That was dumb. I didn't mean to do that. That was a misclick. Crap.
Oh no.
That was a really bad misclick. That's possibly the worst misclick I've ever made in my life.
Oh, you're right, because your Sanchoku's dead now.
What have I done?
Oh wow. Well, I guess let's hope that you get a Dave it's fine moment where you just pick up the tiles again. It's one of my favorite moments.
Just show Dora, yeah. So we have a rule in the club that I play in that if you throw the Dora, you have to say Dora. And if you didn't, that's because you didn't realize it was the Dora. And you're a dummy. You're the Earl of Dummerton.
The Earl of Dummerton. See, now it's going to be a thing. Now you're going to make it a thing. Pass the title around. Where is Dummerton? I'm going to look up where is Dummerton.
Yeah, if I could get a title and skip the airplane cues, then I would become the Earl of Dumbarton. I guess I'd be the lady. What's the lady Earl?
The Earl of Dumbarton is a title of Scottish nobility referring to Dumbarton in the area West Dumbartonshire.
I feel sorry for the people who have to live in Dumbarton and like the royal family are like, not good enough for us.
Yeah, apparently the title was recreated. It was created twice, once in the Peerage of Scotland in 1675, and they resurrected it in 2018 as one of the two subsidiary titles for her grandson, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, on the occasion of his wedding. When he was also created Baron Kilkeel.
Kilkenny or something? I'm not sure. You'll have to spell it out for me.
It's named after the small fishing port of Kilkeel. Kilkeel.
Kilk. No, that's probably saying it right. I don't know. That sounds not from my parts of the country. So.
Apparently, there was only one Earl of Dumbarton, and his name was George Douglas. And oh no, there were two George Douglases. There was George Douglas, and then the other George Douglas. It was the son of George Douglas. And the title had died in 1749, but the Queen recreated it in 2018 just to give to Prince Harry, which I feel like was a bit of a coded insult.
No, they're always like reviving titles left, right, and center.
Earl of Dumbarton, really? What do I think of my son?
No, you know what? I would say more that it was an aggressive play to make Scotland think that they should stay in the Union.
It's like giving him the title Duke Call Me Some More. Like, it's just a nag.
But that's a real place name, Dave. It's a real place name.
But it was gone. It was a dead title.
You're now proving why Americans can't be in the royal family. You're proving it right now.
They had to look back over 250 years to find an insulting sounding title to give to him.
Yeah, maybe they've run out of places because they've already handed them out to everyone. No, I think that's probably more the grossness of that is more probably that they're trying to aggressively stake their claim on Scotland, because obviously Scotland's a bit fighty at the moment for their independence. I like to say that I've got a real problem with this Dora. A real problem.
Yeah, it's like sticking in there and you can't get rid of it. You could get rid of it maybe now, but like you don't want to.
Do I? Oh, now I do. Thanks, Rebecca.
Yep, now that it's out, it's done. It's done. Hashtag Dunzo.
This could be 3 trips.
It could be Cheetoy. Maybe throwing that Dora was a poor call. Oh, wait. Yeah, I like that. Or it could be Suanko.
Do I call?
I wouldn't.
I should call.
Okay.
Really?
You're the dealer, so maybe.
Really? Yeah. Ideally, I can call the 5-6, so I have 4, with the 4 or the 7, and then keep the idea of the 3 trips alive. Someone want that? No, I think throwing the Dora there was it just become more and more dangerous to the point where.
I think that was right. Quad cons. We're gonna do quad cons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Why is there a reach? I hate it. But at least you have at least one safe tile.
So if they got rid of it in the 1700s, it's probably partly to do with our killing all of the Scottish earls. Because they were a bit Catholic at the time and we didn't like that. That's what English people did. So, yeah, that's probably why the title is not being used. The Jacobites. Not like that.
I know what I think about this one discard. All the 4s are dead. This is getting... The 5 is very safe.
Yeah, I could.
I guess the 5 and 6 pin is totally safe now, so you have some validity. But
I think. Do you know what? With that 2-man so early discarded, I think I'm okay.
I think you're good. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we're still live here. It's definitely this 6-man.
For now.
Oh. All
right.
But now maybe someone will think that they can throw the 3-man. Oh no.
Do it. It's push time. If you're pushing,
It's
then
not
you should
beautiful
push.
Mahjong, though, is it?
It's not
It's
beautiful
not beautiful
Mahjong at all.
Mahjong.
Oh, dear. But it's like an extra Han. No, it's not actually for a middle tile like that.
No. But if I could have drawn it, that would have been tasty. But here we are. Riichi, your Al is cleaning up now. Come back.
Uh-oh.
And that's my dealership. That's my last dealership gone.
Uh-oh. Extra Han.
I don't know why people don't like Oliver Cromwell. He was a peaceful
Yeah, what's wrong with Oliver Cromwell? He crommed as well as he could. That's what I think.
You know, if you ever go to a church in England, actually, like you can see the list of the the priests.
I saw that, yeah.
Since like 1300s, but you can always tell the bit during the English Civil War because Oliver Cromwell replaced all of the vicars and the pastors and stuff.
Yeah, to like
with people. Yeah, and so there's always like the usurper, between those years. And we're like, oh, poor David, the usurper.
Hey, keep me out of it.
You see, at least we keep our jokes coming back round.
Yeah,
we reference ourselves. We're very good at that.
Circle of jokes.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are we going? I guess we're gonna get in that. Ooh, is that cool?
I've got no Dora. I'm just not liking this at all. I got to be honest. Like, really, Pinfu is the only way to get some points out of this, right?
You have a red.
Instead, I've got this balls.
Maybe an early reach is good.
I don't. I mean, Kavi has got 41,000 points. I don't have another dealership. She does have another dealership. I think that this might be playing for second place now and not throwing my points to East. And that's the argument against what I just did. That I've now reached against the player who I'm really, sort of aiming for here to knock them down. So I think this was a poor
fast
reach.
It's a fast reach with a decent weight.
Yeah, just because it's a fast. It's not a great weight. A fast reach with a not great weight. That's poor play. I think that's poor play.
I mean, a two-sided weight this early is not a bad weight.
Okay, but I already know that one tile's out because it's the door indicator.
Okay, fair. But only one of the 8.
I have literally telegraphed it in the best way possible with that 3-pin and that 6-pin. It's right there. This is a poor reach.
And
I think there are plenty of options to get myself in. I think there are plenty of options here for me to get this hand into a Pinfu shape.
Just draw the 9 and con it. It'll be better.
So Zaps thinks that you're going to knock my biggest competitor off their dealership. It's not going to, because they're going to keep going. They're going to ignore me. Of course, they've got to ignore me because I'm the person that they're targeting. So they're going to ignore what I'm doing, and they're going to keep building their hand and reach exactly like how they did.
Well, now it just comes down to luck. So maybe you'll get lucky.
How is this not a great weight? So if this was a 7-8 with an outside tile weight, I would say that was a better weight. A great weight would be a 3-sided weight. The next best weight would be like a 1-4 or a 6-9, because the 9s and the 1s are more likely to be thrown out. A 5-8, a 5. No one's going to throw me a 5. No one.
Well,
no one in their right mind is going to throw me a 5. They might do now, but then this thing, I've now got myself into this direct conflict situation with the dealer that I probably did not have to put myself in.
It's all right. Everyone's joining in. It's fine. It's fine. Everyone's in reach.
I think everyone's really kind to try and talk me off my I'm a shit player rant. But this is not a good play for me, I don't think.
The good thing about Mahjong is sometimes your mistakes turn out just fine.
It's because it's a pile of shit game. Yeah, and this is part of the problem, right, for newer players as well. They do something that, subjectively maybe they don't think is the greatest play, but then they get rewarded for it, and so they keep doing it, right?
No. Hey, look at that. And what'd you flip?
So the 3 and the 6. So the 3 came out really quickly, right? So they know that I have nothing around there. And the 6 coming out just before my reach suggests that I either had a 566 or a 667. Right? This is back to this like the Suji conversations about Matagi Suji.
I see what you're saying. And it makes sense, but you won.
Yeah, so and none of these players threw that into me, would they?
No.
And first of all, it's 5's in the central tile, and if they are any good at reading their Suji at all, they wouldn't have thrown that tile. I had to draw it, so I put myself into this position where I didn't have any value. I couldn't defend if the dealer declared reach. The dealer was still going to ignore me. Of course they would. No, I don't think it was a great play. But thank you everyone for witnessing that. I have the luck.
All your plays
Satan himself. Plays. Play perfect, get rewarded. Clearly, the perfect play sarcasm. Yeah, I mean, and that's the problem is you get yourself into this mindset of you get rewarded for doing crappy things sometimes, and it's really not good for humans to get rewarded for doing crappy things.
Oh, but they do. Oh, but they do.
I know. You try to deny at least one of your draws. Yeah, Chiral, you know what? Like, you're definitely playing a lot better than me.
This sounds actually.
I'm really sad. I'm having like some sort of existential crisis over my play. It did learn it. I did exactly, Pez. It may have been poor Mahjong play, but it was excellent Mahjong streaming, right?
That's south.
Balls! I didn't pay attention. See, I'm not playing.
This is why you're too focused on your imaginations of your play being bad.
And this is the other lesson that I want you all to learn: is
always
to not obsess over the previous hand, and make sure you're playing the hand that you're supposed to be playing, not the hand that you just finished.
That's also true.
This is an important lesson for you.
The hand is done. Oh wow, this is a great reach.
You can't get it back. This is a great weight.
This is a good weight.
Okay, this is the opposite. This is the fast reach. And a great weight.
Because of what's the 4-6-7 weight. You haven't discarded. You discarded an 8, but that's not really telling per se.
No, the weight's nice and wide. The only real argument against it is that if you got the 6, you could upgrade it to a 10 now. Yep. But I think do I need to wait for a one hand? No, and also then I won't be able to. If the 6 comes out, I won't be able to declare my run. So this is clearly a reach hand to me. Although I shouldn't have thrown the Dora. That was piss poor. Great reach, piss poor Dora throwing.
It was maybe suboptimal.
I think you all need to have like a button where you can scream Dora when I forget. Manual shuffling is good for washing the previous hand out of your head. That's it is. But honestly, sometimes I've played over like 2 or 3 hands previously because I've just locked in so hard onto a shitty play that I've made. Like that's definitely a big problem that I have. And I can be haunted in my sleep by my piss poor plays. That one before is going to haunt me in my sleep.
Don't get haunted. That's terrible.
And that's the problem. When you play Mahjong a lot, like your memory gets really good. But that's also a bad thing as well. Because then you remember all of the bad things that you do. Like when you're a kid and you really embarrass yourself in front of the whole school or something. And you never shake it, right? Ever.
All right. You got a Dora. And you got a Dora. But do you get any more Dora? No. But still.
This is an exciting all last.
Yeah, now you're within range of first place. Now you might be able to do it.
I've got to play good now.
Yeah.
Should I throw this 9 straight away? I should throw this 9 straight away, right?
Yeah. Throw the 9. It's the garbage tile for idiots that no one would ever want. The game is definitely not giving you like fucking insta Itsu either. I don't know, man. I might hold out for the Itsu and then cut down the 1, 2, 3 to become a 3, 4, 5.
No, I don't think I'm going to go for the Itsu because I think it's too difficult. This weight here with the 3, 6 is better.
Oh, you are Ishantan on second discard, but who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. I was almost tempted to throw I think if I was not all last and we had more game hands to play, I might have thrown the red dragons to maintain that Itsu possibility. So I actually don't need all that many points here, do I?
You need like 2. I think Reach Dora will do it.
I
No.
don't think it will it?
It won't.
Wait, maybe 2,000. It'll be 2,600, right?
No, there's no Homba.
No, but I've got my foo is 40.
Oh yeah. It'll be 26, which will get you up to 40 and 100.
I'm gonna turn the auto run off.
Oh yeah, you
Oh
might.
God, damn it! No, this is enough.
Yeah, that'll do it. The
Is
sumo
it?
will do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
With
Yeah.
the sumo, it's 3 Han. Yeah, with the sumo, you got it. Because it's Reach Sumo Dora, and that's 3, and at least 30.
Yeah, and then it cuts because 2 hours east. So
Yep.
sorry,
Yep,
Tyrell.
yep.
I was gunning for you there, Tyrell. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. A sumo or direct hit would have done it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gritty. Yes, that was a gritty Southpaw. That was gritty.
Oh what?
Yeah, had to be some more direct hit. Yeah, that's why I took off the auto win.
Right, yeah,
so then if someone else had thrown that tile, that would have been a really sticky problem. Where do I just let it go by and assume that I can draw it myself? Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, good game, Tyrell. Good game. Thank you. That was a really exciting all us.
Yeah, that's really
As I slowly move my way up down points.
All right, we are now doing the thing.
Don't tell me it was well played. As I was.
You're so negative. It was fine. It was fine.
I had that hand with that.
Mistakes
that
happened, but it was fine.
That reach was terrible.
Well,
Sure, I'll go back and see my terrible reach.
You won it anyway. There's no replays. You can never go back. It's over.
Okay, fair enough.
Are you pounding White Claws to eliminate the memory of?
Yeah, I'm just downing it. I'm just trying to wash it away. That's why so many Mahjong professionals are alcoholics. You know, just like
I can't even.
That
anymore.
time that I declared reach, I can't do it.
Oh my God, Prince Harry, Earl of Dumbarton, apparently.
Oh, thank you for watching the
Where's West
video on demand.
Dumbartonshire? Oh my God, they have a West Dumbartonshire Council logo, which I'm gonna put on my backpack.
Do you know what, Dave? Next time you come here, let's go on holiday to Dumbartonshire.
They have a coat of arms.
Shall I leave him? Oh, God.
Their slogan is strength through community.
That sounds a little culty.
It's really tiny. It's like here. I don't know if I can show anyone. I don't know how to easily show this. Yeah, it's like a little. It's in the armpit of Scotland.
But Scotland has a lot of armpits. I'm not really sure which
I don't
one
know how
you're
to easily
referring to.
show this. Maybe I can. Well, no, it's just gonna capture. It captures your window. Anyway, I'm not gonna. It's fine. In West Dumbarton, Porter. Yes. The Fresh Prince of West Dumbarton. That'll be me. Although I'm very white. It wouldn't quite work the same. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us.
Thank you all for watching.
It is time for me to get going.
Sorry, I stopped broadcasting.
That's okay. I swapped over. It's all good. So we'll be back to normal now that I'm not visiting anyone or doing anything. So we'll see you all next week. And
thank you all.
We'll gossip more about Emily. You can chat about
Hi, Shootage. Yeah. Hopefully some more Emily drama will happen, and that will be exciting.
Hashtag
I do like it when there's actual drama. Yeah.
Oh,
thanks, guys. Thanks, Trio, for playing. And thank you for watching and listening to me rant about the royal family and other things. One day we're going to make the perfect Mahjong viewing experience.
We will.
One day.
Indeed. All right. Bye, everybody.
Dave's going to draw arrows. Bye, everyone.
We'll see you next week. Do you want to finish with right now? No.